Alright, it's a Sunday morning. No, it's not Halloween. So, I am out at North Lake Apopka. We're going to go on a wildlife drive today. What I'm going to do is I've got one of my older cameras. It's a Nikon 3400. I've got a 300mm lens on it. We're not going to be using a flash. We're not going to be using a tripod. We're just going to be hand holding this bad boy. And we're going to go out here, and what I'm going to do is teach you how to use what you have to get some decent shots, to get some creative shots where you don't have to go crazy and have Lightroom and Photoshop and all that stuff. We are going to use that later on because there is a method to the madness. What I'm going to do is show you how to work your camera and work your posture and work your body so that you can really capture some good images, some good creative images, and you just isn't going point and click like so many people do. We're also going to touch base on how to post-process a little bit. You don't need any fancy programs, but we're going to take a look at that as well, and the inexpensive ways to get prints done. If you don't have a photo printer, a good photo printer costs you a couple $100. The problem with it is the ink one of my ink cartridges on my low-end printer, it's like $65. So for a full ink. Now that may seem a lot to you pro people, or to you people that are making money off of it, but to the regular guy just doing this on the weekend and has a family sport, $65 is a lot of money, and that'll get him in trouble with his other half or her other half, depending on how the situation goes. So we're going to go out here. I'm going to show you how to use what you own to be able to take some good quality shots. And I hate to give people the bad news, but I've actually shot this way before. They bought images and they thought the sunshine just come out for the first time ever. So let's stay tuned. Let's go have some fun. Let's go down this little road here in front of me that you can't see, and we're going to take some pictures. So thanks for tuning in. JTNorton.com. Let's go have some fun. All right, now when you got a flying object, what we got is a herring coming around here, and he just landed in a tree. So now what I'm using is a Nikon 3400. And I am walking. The great trick to wildlife photography is to get out and walk. These drives are nice, but you lose out on a lot. All right, now he's looking down, and he's probably not going to stay there long because he's got himself in a really weird position, and he's a big bird. I've got the sun behind me. I've got my camera set on sport mode. All right, I'm going to lock in on him. Now with the Nikon 3400, it gives me a focal point indicator in the center. Yours might give you a little green box. Aim for the largest part of his body, or the tree cluster he's standing in. If you've got something large behind him, move so that it doesn't grab that object behind him. Now if it's a black bird and you got a black object behind him, try to shift so you have green behind him, or white, or whatever color is behind him. All right, now I am maxed out at 300mm. I'm getting a good view of him. I'm aiming at his body because this kit has its limitations. All right, so now the trick is here, is I've been around these birds long enough, he's not going to sit there very long. And he's also looking at me. So I keep my camera pointed at him at all times and wait. Just takes patience. So I don't use live view. The 3400 does not have a tilt screen. Now he's looking, so I don't think he's going to hang up there very long. We're going to wait him out. Now when he takes off, we're going to aim for his body because they've got a really big wingspan. And again, kit lens 300mm, 34. I've backed out just a tad bit. Okay, so I'm sitting at about 275. Now, I just saw a little tricolored herring right below him, and he looks really cool, but I'm tempted to do it. Wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna give it a half tap so that the camera refocuses on the great blue herring. But I got a little tricolor. There he is right there. Aim for the body, aim for the body, aim for the body. Keep the sun behind you. Okay. Oh, now, we've got an osprey just a little bit further down. And we've got another herring. Okay, these have a tendency not to stay there. Okay, now when they take off, aim for the body. Keep the sun behind you and on them. That way you're gonna light them up. Now, if you're shooting JPEG, it's gonna darken your midtones. You're not gonna be able to adjust it too much. Try to shoot RAW if you can, but I understand a lot of people don't wanna mess with it. You're not a professional, you're not too concerned with it. So, you want as much light on that subject as you can if you're shooting JPEG, and you're not gonna be messing with RAW. We've got a herring here. I'm gonna zoom in on him. Okay, he's in a weird stance. It looks like he's drunk. Now these cormorants up here don't like me very much, so they're spooking. All right, now I'm trying to debate: do I want the osprey or do I want the herring? So what I'm going to do, osprey. Okay. Okay. The herring dropped his body a little bit, so we're going to wait on him. The osprey's coming around. So keep an eye on him. He's coming up over the tree. We're gonna stay on the herring. We got a cormorant coming in, but they're kind of hard to get in flight because they're so dark. Even if you get a lot of light on them, they have to get pretty close. All right, so we're gonna stay on this herring here that looks like he's bow-legged. Aim for the body, aim for the body. Aim for the body and the wings. Just stay, keep. As soon as you see that light vanish off his body, stop. Now I know a lot of this you can't see in the GoPro because of the limitations, but unfortunately that's GoPro. So, all right, now I'm gonna stop it for a moment because I'm gonna try to zoom this GoPro in. All right, so we're back again here. So just a few minutes later. Got an Osprey 300mm kit lens on a Nikon 3400. This camera is like 6 years old. So, all right, no tripod, no flash. The GoPro is so I can talk to you. Okay, now he's in that tree. Sorry if my voice is a little muffled. He's in that tree, so he's black and white. So I need to try to shift my position a little bit to put a little bit more blue behind him. Now the direction he's pointed is where he's gonna fly when he takes off. Now in the morning time, these guys have a tendency not to sit still very long because they're actually hunting, or in their case, fishing. All right, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna wait on him. And he is staring at something. All right, he's doing his wings. We'll get a shot of that. Okay. Again, I got the sun behind me. Watch his head. When he looks towards you or towards the sun, make sure you get the shot. Again, the 3400 is nothing fancy. So it's not a fancy camera. It's an entry-level camera. So anything in this bracket, be it Canon, Nikon, whatever, will get the job done. So you're going to lightly tap it, lock in on him, hold, pull the trigger. Okay, looking again. I can clearly tell he doesn't like me. That's fine, they don't like anybody. All right, I'm gonna stay on him because he's real fidgety, so he's probably not gonna sit there very long. Okay, and that bird right above him is an Anhinga. So they're kind of a pain in the butt too. Now that's a perfect example of what not to do. I saw the Anhinga and took a picture and I missed the osprey when he took off. So that's the problem. Now fortunately, he has managed to stop again. So let's get this shot. Got his wings all fluffed up. We're gonna walk back down. Okay, there's a lot of noise behind me, and what that is a bunch of ibis and stuff making racket. Okay. Now I'm on a shoreline. I'm gonna pivot a little bit. We're gonna zoom in full 300. I'm gonna tap it, get the camera to beep. Probably can't hear it on the camera. Now he's turning his head so that the sun hits his head. Okay, he's gonna flap his wings, so we're gonna hang on. We're gonna get a couple shots of that. The key is take a lot of shots. So, not all your shots are gonna come out, especially when you're dealing with a kit lens. Now the benefit to one of more advanced lenses is the glass. The glass in these kit lenses are just garbage, but you can make it work. We got a herring up there. Let's take a chance and try to get him. All right, back to the Osprey. Now what I prefer to do when I'm trying to get these shots is try not to max the lens out. So if it's 300 millimeter, I try not to be at 300 millimeters. I try to get it back down more around 250. It's at 250, I try to keep it down around 200. Got a herring coming, hang on. Okay, again, you gotta pay attention, so sorry. All right. Now, a lot of people will hold, like the Osprey here. I'm locked in on him, so. But I point the camera at him, give the shutter button just a slight tap to lock in, and then I pull the camera away from my face. I've got my elbows dug into my stomach. Fortunately, my stomach's a little bigger these days, so it gives me something to push against. And that gives me the ability to look around me. There's a lot of animals out here. A lot of the wildlife drives in Florida are this way. So you have to pay attention. You have to find a way to make it work. So, all right, now since I moved a little bit, I'm gonna pull back in. Again, I'm at about 280. I'm gonna focus lock on the Osprey, not take the picture, pull my head away, elbows are in my stomach, and I'm looking around. I've got another white herring coming. He's probably gonna be close enough, so we're gonna zoom up, try to get upper shot. This is an egret, my apologies. That's probably not gonna come out, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Again, this isn't for the professional photographer. This is for people on a budget. I just wanna go out and have some fun and get some pictures. Now, you say, oh God, why stand out here this long and make us watch this crazy crap? Because this is what it takes. So, I mean, whether you're taking pictures of birds, alligators, which we'll go do in a minute, it's all the same thing. You've got to wait. With the birds, they're a little more active than your gators. A lot of the times I have to sit longer with the alligators. I don't suggest y'all doing that. I've been around them a long time. I've studied them. I'm going to zoom in, 280. Do a slight tap, lock him back into focus. Again, we're using autofocus. We're using sport mode. I'm hand holding it. This is an entry level 3400. This camera is 6 years old. So he's looking at there's an airplane up there, so he took a good look, see what that noise was. Okay, now I've got, again, I'm back to, I tapped on it. I'm at 280. 275, pointed at the Osprey, but I'm looking to my left because there's a great blue herring sitting down here, and I'm looking to my right because there's some birds going on here. Now if I turn around and try to take a picture of something behind me, I've got the sun on my face. So now it might be cool because I've actually got a herring behind me, a great blue herring behind me. So I'm going to show you something that's really cool. This is why you pay attention and do this. All right, so now I'm still on the Osprey. I'm gonna turn around here in a minute. I gotta zoom out because I'm gonna have to do this pretty quick. So, all right, I've got a great blue herring behind me, and I've got the sun, which I don't normally do. I don't know if I can make this work. If I don't blind myself. Okay, I'm locking in on his body, right there at his torso. I'm gonna pull out, bring this grass in, hit him again. Okay, light tap, get him to focus, hit him again. Now the 3400, you can move that focus point around. Okay, we're gonna do it again. I want them feathers right there. It's hard to see on your GoPro, I apologize, but I'll post a couple pictures. All right, now if this guy flies away, this is gonna be cool. This is about waiting. This is about looking. I've got my eye on the eyepiece. I don't care about any bird except this one. He's tilting. He's tilting. He's moving. That's what I want, is movement. See that light? There's a light around him. It's going to be hard to see in the GoPro. You'll see in the pictures. If he opens his mouth, that'd be cool. You're watching for all those little things. I'm going to turn it. Keeping that, using his body to block the sun. Ugh. You got to do that because that's going to frickin' blind you. Never look at the sun with a lens. Oh, I want that one. Got a bug in the way. Now, even though I'm shooting landscape, we can change these to portrait later. So don't worry about, just get the shot, get the shot, get the shot. Let's do that one, foreground, lock, background, lock. We're gonna blend these two. I'll show you how to do that later. If he flies away, this is gonna be cool. There's a gator grunting over here. Hopefully he's not in the bushes right here in front of me. But you might hear something sounds like a bullfrog. That's not a bullfrog, it's actually an alligator. Okay, I'm at 200. I'm doing autofocus, sport mode, 3400 entry level camera. I am currently using my elbow on my knee. I've got my right knee forced into the ground and all my weight's on my left leg. My right leg is down just for support. I'm waiting for all these little body movements. Hopefully y'all can see this in the camera. I mean, I've got the GoPro mounted to the top, so I'm kind of hoping his body's blocking the sun for you guys too. You got to use his body to block that sun because you'll burn a retina out doing that. So don't screw your eyes up. You want to be able to take more pictures later. So what I'm doing is zooming in, zooming out, take a couple shots, giving it a quick tap, make sure my focus is good. Because again, I'm using autofocus. I'm not stopping it, I'm not using any EB. We're just letting nature take its course. I raised up a little bit so I could get through these feathers. He tilted his head, I gotta drop my body a little bit, keep the sun behind him. Gotta drop it a little bit more, there's a little bit too much sun coming in there. Okay, we're gonna back it out a little bit because he's kind of squished up. This is the challenging part right here because my knee is killing me. This is not a comfortable position. Again, my right knee is shoved into the ground. I'm propped on my left knee. These birds in the morning have a tendency to sit a long time, unlike the osprey, who have a tendency to don't sit that much. But in the morning, the great blue heron will sit quite a while. So okay, I'm gonna give it a quick tap. Untap the foreground, reach back, tap him, make sure we're good. Come back out just a little bit. Next dragonfly that flies in here, we're gonna try to tag him. Okay, he's moving around. Let's see if we're gonna get him. Come on. Oops, stay focused on him. See, when they start cleaning, that's a good sign. They're not gonna be moving anywhere. But he's interested in something. Come on, buddy. Open them wings up. Lift it up a little bit too soon. Come on, buddy. I know the shot I want. I just want you to give it to me. Stay on him. Looking ahead. Come on, buddy. Patience. He's looking at me because he's not sure what the hell I'm up to. I'm zoomed in. I'm about 220. Again, autofocus, sport mode, 3400. This is an entry-level camera. It's a crop sensor. We'll get into all that mess later. Okay, I had to shift my right knee because it was giving me a hard time. I want this picture. I got the camera up to my eye. Unlike what I was doing with the Osprey earlier, I'm not pulling the camera away from my face. So, tilt it down. Put the sun back behind him. Nope, we'll take that one. Almost messed up. Now I'm too low. Again, I'm tempted. I know manual will let me do this easier, but that's not what this is about. Oh. Man, there's a buttload of dragonflies out here today. And that sun is starting to rise up too high, so I gotta switch positions. It's gonna be hard to do. All right, we're walking. So, all right. Now, unfortunately, the herring, the sun's lifted up a little too much, so the one shot I want, I didn't get, but that's okay. I think it's gonna work out. Car came by. That's the downside to wildlife drives, is that cars will sometimes cause you a problem. But what I'm doing here is we're gonna take a walk. So, sorry for the bright light. Now, in a minute, we're gonna, well, I can't say in a minute, it's gonna be longer than that, but in a little bit, we're gonna go further down and we're gonna do some serious walking. All right, but for now, this little area here has some alligators. All right, do not feed alligators, do not harass alligators, do not stick your hand in their mouth. The only thing you're allowed to do with an alligator is feed them Canadians. All right, so with that being said, we're going to take a walk over here, see if we can't get a picture of one. Now in Florida, it's hard to throw a rock and not hit one of these things. They are not generally aggressive. If they are protecting a nest, which mothers are known to do, they will charge you. I've had one charge me before. I didn't see the nest, that's the only reason. It wasn't like I was bugging it. It's out of a different park. And alligators will protect and look after their young upwards to a year. And other females will actually come into defense of young that are not even their own. They like to make that little chirp sound. All right, now I've got the GoPro on the top of the camera, so that I've got it zoomed in the best I can, so I know you're not going to see what's on my lens. So again, we have a 300 millimeter kit lens. We have a 3400 SLR. I'm using sport mode, autofocus, and I'm going to use the elements. Now I've got a gator in the water, but he's starting to sink a little bit. So I don't think, nope, he goes under. So we're going to try to get another one. And I'm walking, so. Now I carry a monopod with me. My advice to you is that if you're out by yourself, carry a monopod, carry a stick, something. If gator does charge you, just point it at him. Don't hit him. They'll hiss at you like a great big snake and then usually back off. If they don't, I guess you got to hit them with it because they are still protected. So wild alligators, you can't be messing with them. All right, we got a big one out here, but we're not going to mess with him because the water's way too dark. He's way too far out. Gators are, even with the morning light working in our favor, it's not going to be a shot that I'm going to be overly thrilled with. So we're going to look for another opportunity. All right, so let me get over here and, oh, wait a minute, maybe I won't shut the camera off quite yet. All right, we got an egret. Let's see if they're going to cooperate with us. We got a little moorhens or coots. I have to look them up for you, but they have some of the ugliest babies. They're so ugly, they're cute. All right, All right, so we have an egret. Okay, I give the camera a tap, aiming for his body, flick it, flick it. Now I can tell right now it's grabbing the background, so move the camera down, bring it back up, hit him again. So, okay. Camera's all the way up to my face, I can tell that it's grabbing the background. So. Now if you can get your center focus set on your camera, again, it doesn't have to be a Nikon, it can be anything. Have your focus on the center in sport mode. The little running man that's on your camera. Now we're not going to walk up on him too quick, because I want him to turn around so he knows we're back here. Again, we're focusing in the center. Quick shot. Quick shot. Portrait. We're going to zoom in. I'm at 270. Again, autofocus, aiming for his body. Going up his neck. I'm able to lock on his face. See, with his head it's thinner, so it has a tendency to grab the background, which you can't see in the GoPro. So just keep tapping till that eye becomes, and that beak becomes clear. Give it a shot. Aim for the body, get your focus in, raise it up. Give it another tap. If you lose the face, trust your instinct. Don't take a picture. Reason you aim for the body is because it's the biggest target. Okay. Now I'm standing upright. Okay, he's walking away from me. So he's after something, so I'm going to put my bag down. Looks like he got a lizard. I'm going to drop a little bit to the shoreline. I'm going to get down on one knee. See if I can't get what he's doing there. Again, locking on his body. I want a little bit of that brush in the background. Okay, if it doesn't seem like I'm close, I am maxed out at 300. Because I have a lot of area around him. Now I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm at 270, 260. So I want a little bit of that water. Now I'm going to crop this, so I'm not too worried about it. You say, well, isn't that an entry level? Isn't that going to crop anyways? Yeah, but basically what you see is what you get. So don't worry so much about the specs of what that lens is capable of doing. Get the pictures. Get the pictures. So, okay, now we're going to give this guy a minute because it looks like he's focused on something. I got to keep my eye on the water because there's a lot of gators over here. So I'm having to look over my left shoulder. So I don't have the camera up to my face. I have it pointed at the bird. I'm going to do a test focus. I'm zoomed in to 240. Do a quick tap, make sure the egret is in focus. Glance over my shoulder. We have no critters. Whatever he's interested in has either swam away. So again, I want this side because of the light. I want that light across his body. That way my camera doesn't have to work as hard to get a good picture. If I go to that other side, you can see that shadow down that right side. It's going to shadow up. Now you can come in with any editing program and lighten that up. Because what happens is sometimes these whites blow out here. See, there's some whites. It's hard to see in the GoPro because I know I'm looking through my lens, which is more powerful than the GoPro. There's whites there will have a tendency to blow out. So we can take care of that. It's no big deal. You don't have to be a rocket science to fix it. That is quickly adjusted with highlights. The downside to again, this is where JPEG and RAW comes in. If you have a JPEG picture and you start modifying it, you're going to destroy it. Because when you do modifications to a JPEG, it's destructive. Where with RAW, you have complete control over everything. Now, if he's going to cooperate, we're going to try to get a good headshot. Let's see if he's going to let me put my monopod down. I'm going to put my bag down. Guess not, but we're going to get a shot. Alright, so that's what happens. Sometimes happens. Alright, let's go back to what we were after here. Now there's an alligator. Huh? There's a couple alligators right here. It's kind of hard to see. So. Got one out there. Don't have one here yet. All right, I got a better place for them, so we're gonna do some alligators a little bit later. So there's some here, but not anything worth to take a picture. So let's take another walk. We'll be back.